YouTube? It's your boy Trinity Wolf, and well, I'm gonna be showing you guys today some Crystal Beast combos. Just in case you guys don't know, if you guys are new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button. We are on the march for 1K subscribers, and I'm learning the deck just as much as anybody else would be playing it. So if you do see any mistakes or anything I can improve on, just let me know. But this is gonna be just showing you guys the deck profile, not the deck profile, but this is from the same deck profile of the one I did. So but yeah, anyway guys, let's get started with this. So pretty much I'm not going to be showing like a full hand, because I could have, you know, our 5th card, because this deck can go either or. We can go first or we can go second. But first, I'm going to show you guys the kind of board you need to make with D-Shifter. So the card doesn't hurt the deck too bad. You just have to make sure you don't banish your one-ofs. So we're going first. We start with Dimension Shifter. So that pretty much already tilts our opponent already. Now we are going to start off with our Crystal Bond. We are going to be... Oh, well, let me show you this, guys. So our hand was already a Pegasus with Bridge, Bond, and Shifter. So with Crystal Bond, we will actually be adding another Sapphire Pegasus and placing Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon into our spell and trap zone. Now we're going to go ahead and already activate Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon's effect, where we'll banish it. And we will be adding our Rainbow Dragon and special summoning. We will actually be special summoning a level 4. So let's get our Amber Mammoth out. His effects are negated, just in case you guys don't forget. And now we are going to be normal summoning our first Sapphire Pegasus, using that Sapphire Pegasus effect to actually place another Sapphire Pegasus into the spell and trap zone. So because we're under D-Shifter, we are playing 3 copies of Pegasus, so you can be a little more loose with Pegasus. You just want to make sure you don't banish all 3 copies. So we're going to place the 1 Pegasus here. Now we'll activate our Bridge of the Heart, in which we will now use its effect to destroy our Sapphire Pegasus from our spell and trap zone, so we can add our counter trap, just in case we don't have it from our 5th card, or we didn't have Bridge or any other way to search it. This is just another way you guys can search it, just in case. So that's the 1 Pegasus we had to sacrifice for our counter trap, in which we will now place that on the field. And don't forget, we still had another Sapphire Pegasus in our hand. So now we use Bridge of the Heart's effect to get our additional normal summon. And we'll just use that Pegasus just so we can get another Crystal Beast into our spell and trap zone. So at this point, it doesn't really matter which one. So we'll go ahead and put Topaz Tiger here. So that way, then we will Xyz into pretty much our boss monster, Baguska, for going first. He pretty much is going to control the board for us. I made the mistake in one of my games where I left Mammoth here, and they were actually able to super poly Baguska off with that Mammoth. So I want to make sure, just make sure you don't leave Mammoth there with Baguska. And then we still have our Rainbow Dragon in hand, and we would actually have another card that we don't know. And this is pretty much, this deck is kind of control when you go first, in case you don't open up the right hand. So you get the stall basically for 2 turns with Baguska. We have an Omni Negate, which you can destroy the Pegasus to put it back in the spell and trap zone, because it'll be your opponent's turn and they'll still be under Shifter. You can destroy a card with the Miracle, Negate and Destroy, and then you can also bounce another card because of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. So that's one of the combos I'd like to show you guys. But now, here's going to be pretty much the same combo, but without D-Shifter. So we're going to have our Bond, our Pegasus, and our Bridge of the Heart. So now here's what would happen if we don't have D-Shifter. We're going to start off with our Crystal Bond again. This time we'll be adding Pegasus and placing Rainbow Dragon once again. Now we use the Rainbow Dragon's effect to actually summon a level 3, negating its effects, and also getting our Rainbow Dragon as well. The reason why you want to get a level 3 this time, I'll show you in just a second. So we got our level 3, but his effects are negated. Now we will go ahead and normal summon our Sapphire Pegasus. Using our Sapphire Pegasus effect, we will now place a Sapphire Pegasus into our Spell and Trap Zone as a continuous spell. Now what we will do is I'll activate our Bridge of the Heart, and we will use Bridge of the Heart to destroy our Sapphire Pegasus to add a Crystal Spell or Trap. So now we will actually add our Crystal Beacon. And now, I'm going to actually just move these to the side. Now we will actually use that Crystal Beacon because we have 2 Crystal Beasts into our Spell and Trap Zones. We now can special summon a Crystal Beast from the deck. And who other to get than our Ruby Carbuncle. And now her effect will activate to special summon all the Crystal Beasts from the Spell and Trap Zones. Pegasus, Pegasus, triggering both their effects, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, placing more Crystal Beasts into our Spell and Trap Zones. So we will actually go ahead and just get our level 4s. And now this is why you have the level 3s. So now we will actually link summon our Carbuncle off with Tortoise. Like, it doesn't have to be Tortoise, it could be any of the other level 3s. Link them off for Cherubini. And now you will use Cherubini's effect to actually send one of the level 3 Crystal Beasts from the deck to the graveyard, which will also be the Amethyst Cat in this situation. Now we still have 1 Crystal Beast left in our deck, don't we? We have Cobalt Eagle. So now we'll link these 2 off for Dugaris. Use Dugaris effect, detach both materials, and we will actually summon our Sapphire Pegasus back with Dugaris. Now with Sapphire Pegasus, we'll place our Cobalt Eagle into our Spell and Trap Zone. And now we have all of our Crystal Beasts, so if you really wanted to, you can make the Rainbow Dragon now and tribute it for Over Dragon. And then you can take these 4 and make Appaloosa with it. Now, you see, there was an extra card in my hand, which is also another Pegasus. So we never used the Rainbow Bridge of the Heart to get an additional normal summon and use Pegasus effect because didn't even need it. So, yeah, that's another way to... I mean, normally I wouldn't make this card because then you have to shuffle everything back. But just to have a... If you really just wanted to have a dangerous big beat stick on the field, I mean, the regular Rainbow Dragon was fine, but this one at least has the crazy effect of shuffling everything back in. Because I don't think you'd want to banish all your Crystal Beasts to shuffle everything in. So instead you could just, you know, tribute this. So that's another way to do it. Because I recently learned with these Crystal Beasts in the Spell and Trap Zone, I can't just banish them all from the field. I guess they would have to be monsters, so that's my bad. Because it did just say on field, so I assumed they meant the Spell and Trap Zone as well, but they would have to have been monsters at the time. So that was a misplay on my part from my Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episode, but that's alright. And now, just of course, the last and final one. I always just do, at least what I'm going to start to do is do one oh, those are extra deck cards. I will do one test hand. Alright. Test hand. And this is actually pretty decent. So, start off with Crystal Bond. We will go ahead and get a Sapphire Pegasus and place Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in the Spell and Trap Zone. So add Pegasus. Rainbow Dragon's placed. We will go ahead and trigger Crystal Beast's Rainbow Dragon's effect. Summon our level 3 negated effect. And add Rainbow Dragon. So it's pretty much just going to be the same board, you guys, essentially. But now I have a full hand I actually get to work with. So now we will actually activate Awakening the Crystal Ultimates, revealing our Rainbow Dragon from our hand. And essentially we're just going to add Rainbow Bridge since we already have our Bridge of the Heart in our hand. So we're gonna add Rainbow Bridge, and we're gonna activate Bridge, so we can basically just. It's funny how we have 3 spells in our deck that just lets us search for our counter trap. So Rainbow Bridge, we'll go ahead and add our Crystal Miracle. So now we already have that. Now we'll activate our Bridge of the Heart. Use our normal summon on Pegasus, using Pegasus effect. Place Pegasus. Use Bridge of the Heart to destroy Sapphire Pegasus to add a Crystal Spell or Trap, which is gonna be our Crystal Beacon. Then we will use our Crystal Beacon, summoning our Ruby Carbuncle, which her effect will trigger, summoning the other Pegasuses, triggering both her effects, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Go ahead and grab our other level 4s just to get them out of the deck. And we actually have, if you haven't remembered, we actually have Topaz Tiger in our hand, and we haven't used our additional normal summon yet, so we can get him out of our hand. So now we will link our Ruby Carbuncle off with Tortoise for our Cherubini, which then Cherubini is going to get our last level 3 out of the deck. So now we have pretty much all of our Crystal Beasts out of our deck. So there goes the Amethyst Cat. So we pretty much have all 7, but now we just have Topaz Tiger in our hand to get out of here. So we could actually make the Dugaris if we wanted. Used his effect to detach. We could use his effect to detach the 2. Summon Ruby Carbuncle back, and now Ruby Carbuncle's effect will go off. Get our Ember Mammoth and our Cobalt Eagle. Then we can either make Abyss Dweller here. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Make our Abyss Dweller like this. Use our additional normal summon for Bridge of the Heart. Get our Topaz Tiger. And then we'll use these 3 for Appaloosa. So now not only we have no graveyard, 3 monster negates, and we also have an Omni negate because we still have Ruby Carbuncle in our Spell and Trap zone. And then if we really wanted, we could have just slapped our Rainbow Dragon down just for another big body on the field. So yeah, guys, if you can think of any other combos, just let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please destroy that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.